Yeah. All right.
You can talk about that bruise?
No. No. Need cover up.
There's a story for that?
No. No story for that. We're back after 2 weeks. Took a little birthday break. Turned 30, which means that I'm now older, wiser, and chasing my George Clooney good-looking dreams come true. So, but yeah, we're back. We got some great questions. One of the things that's kind of been on my mind lately that I've seen just kind of popping up, I feel like people are being real heavy on that there's only one way to do things. And I know that on this show, I'm giving answers to business questions. The thing is, I'm giving you my perspective, right? If you're trying to do something that is similar to what we have done, where we've built a big salon business that started as a mom and pop place into a multi-location thing, and you're trying to do, 7 figures and above, this is a great place for you. And I think that there's a lot of information that can apply to other people. But I've seen lately a lot of people sort of portraying the idea that if you're not doing 6 figures, that you're doing something wrong. That's not the case, and I've gone around, I've given advice on how to do 6 figures, I've sat in classes on how to do 6 figures, but I've also sat in classes where people say, if you're not doing 6 figures in 5 years, you should just drop out, that this isn't the right industry for you. And that's so not true. I kind of equate it to the same concept of like, beauty is only one thing, right? Like, you have to look a certain way in order for it to be beautiful. And that's not true either. And so to simply say like, this is the only way that a career is successful, that's kind of garbage, to be honest with you. If you're happy and you have, a solo suite somewhere and you're doing your clients and you're happy, then that's awesome. If you're not happy and you want more, then this is the place for you. And we want to give you advice to push you to do more, to get bigger totals, bigger revenue, more guests, whatever more is to you, that's what I want to get you to do. But if you're happy and you're content and you love how you have it set up right now, then you've kind of already gotten to where a lot of people are trying to chase to. So don't let somebody tell you that this is the only way to have a career or that this is the only way that you're going to be able to say that you're a success, because success is defined many different ways by many different people. So with that, we'll get into the questions that I will give you my perspective on, and we'll answer and help people get more.
Ask away, it's FFQA.
How important is online booking, and is it worth the extra monthly costs?
I will answer this with very and yes. That's the answer. Next question. No. Honestly, online booking is extremely important today. I can't do anything in my life without going online. Whether that is, I want a cab, I go to Uber. If I want tickets to a concert, I go to StubHub. I use OpenTable if I want to make a reservation. And so our salon visits are going to be just the same. When was the last time you called a hotel to make a reservation? If people are going to find you online, either through Instagram or Yelp or Facebook or wherever, if they find you online, the last thing that they're going to want to do is pick up the phone or switch their app, call you, have to talk to somebody, because talking to people is the worst. But if they are going to find your place online, they are going to want to continue that experience online. And so that's where online booking is really important, because if that's going to be the case, if I'm going to have to switch apps, that creates a pain point, and that might mean that I'm just going to find another salon. Also, case in point, I don't know what your hours are, but eventually you're going to close, and I'm sure that you have weekends or times off during the day. So then what are people going to do? Just got to wait 3 days to make a reservation with you? This past weekend, when I came into the salon, we had over 40 reservations booked through our online system when the salon was closed. And so the salon is still functioning and operating and generating revenue and taking reservations, even when we're paying nobody to be there. So is it worth the extra cost? I absolutely believe it is. Our online system, with the one that we use, I believe is $2.99 a month, which sounds really, really pricey. But between it using our online booking as well as our inbox marketing and tools like that, it's really a drop in the bucket in terms of the revenue that we're producing with it. So whatever system you're looking at, you got to look at what is the what is the cost of the service, but how much revenue am I going to be able to generate with that service? Because it could be meaningless.
I'm looking for a second job in addition to the salon. What would be a good option?
There's so many things that could be a good option for you. I'm not a huge fan of doing a second job, because I think that any time that you're going to then be spending time at this other thing, that means that inevitably is going to be time that you cannot dedicate to what you are going to do. Now, that said, I understand money and revenue, and we got bills, and sometimes we need that little bit of extra income in order to pay those bills to do it. If you could find something that is not going to have any overlap with the amount of hours that you're going to be able to spend in the salon. So if you're scheduled 30 to 40 hours in the salon, if you can find something that's going to give you, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 part-time hours somewhere else, whether that's retail, hostess, waitress, you know, anything like that, that would be great. I mean, if you wanted to, you could just go to garage sales, grab stuff, throw it up on eBay, and you can be, you know, in control of however much time you're going to spend on doing that, and then your shipping and all of that. But I just don't like having 1 foot out of the circle. If you have 1 foot out of the circle, even if you're saying, well, I'm gonna get back to this, you know, it's only until this takes off. The more time you spend outside the circle, the less you're going to build what's in the circle. And if you want to be in the salon, go all in, focus on that. And that's where your time should be mostly dedicated to, not trying to find a part-time supplemental income.
I recently got a positive Yelp review, but the guest shared wrong information about how much she paid. Should I say anything when she comes in?
You know, congratulations on the positive Yelp. That's great, because Yelp is such an awesome platform for you to grow guests coming in to see you. I would say no, right? She gave you a positive Yelp review. People are going to see that, and for the most part, they're only going to look at stars. They don't really read. Nobody reads. They just look at emojis, or stars in this case. And so I would just let it go, you know. If she comes in and you want to say something, I would simply say, thank you so much for the review. I really appreciate it. I love it when people share their experience, and just leave it at that. There's no point in saying, oh, thanks for the review, but, you know, you were wrong about how much you paid, or you were wrong about how the service experience went. Don't make a small thing a big thing. Just let it go, appreciate and thank her for the review, and just be happy that she left you some positive feedback.
I'm currently in beauty school, and I feel like anytime I ask a question, I'm treated like I'm stupid. Have I picked the wrong career?
You know, I'm really sorry to hear that you're having such a bad experience at school. It's unfortunate that at the beginning of your career, you feel like you're off to a bad start based on you wanting to get knowledge, and that's what you went to school for. Even though it is your teacher's job to teach, it's not their responsibility for you to learn. You know, ultimately, what you want to get out of your career is going to come down to you. And in an ideal world, everybody would do their job, and everybody would do their job well, and you would be getting all the value for the tuition that you paid. But unfortunately, the world is not ideal, and sometimes we have to have bad situations. Beauty school is a very small part of your career. You know, typically, what is it, like a year? Maybe if you're going part-time, a year and a half, hopefully. If you're planning on being in this industry for 10, 15, 20, or if you're like, you know, some real legacy people, 30, 40, that 1 year, it's very small. And you're going to be constantly learning for the rest of your career. So while you may not be having the ideal experience right now, just push through it, learn online, try and take extra classes if you can, if there's things in your area, or you can come up and hang out with us, and we'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. But don't let a couple of beauty school teachers that are bad at what they do drag you out and make you not do what you want to do. You know, they burned out somewhere. That sucks, but don't let them burn you out and take away your dream and what you want your career to be, because that would be pointless, and that would be letting them win. So with that, guys, I appreciate all the questions. We are coming up to July here pretty quickly, so we've got a couple of classes. We've got Samantha Plaskanka hands-on color class on the 10th. We have a 2-day workshop in Michigan on the 17th and 18th, and we have Ira Sage coming to Chicago on the 24th. Ticket sales for all of those things end this weekend, July 4th or 5th. So if you're interested in coming to those, hit up our website, ffsaloneducation.com/academy. There you can sign up and register for everything, but we would love to have you at those classes. And other than that, I would really love feedback from you guys. With your careers, going back to what I said at the beginning, what are you trying to build? Put it in the comments below. What type of salon business or goals do you have in mind? And I would love to hear from you. So with that, this was FNF Q&A, and I'll see you on the next one.